It's time to get inside the Giants huddle.
Let's go, back to your huddle.
On Giants.com.
Tempo.
And the Giants mobile app.
Go.
Part of the Giants podcast network.
Yeah.
Welcome to the newest edition of the Giants Huddle podcast. Today we'll talk to some of the Giants tight ends. But first, a reminder, you can find the Giants Huddle podcast on the Giants mobile app at giants.com/podcast. And of course, on all of your favorite podcast platforms, find the subscribe. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave a 5-star positive review if you like what you hear. Now let's get to our guests, Evan Engram and Kyle Rudolph. We'll start with Kyle Rudolph, one of the new additions to the Giants in 2021 free agency. And now we're joined by Giants tight end Kyle Rudolph. Kyle, I know you haven't been able to do a lot of on-field stuff because you're coming back from your foot, but what has it been like trying to figure out this system and work in the classroom with your new teammates?
It's been awesome. For me, quite honestly, after spending 10 years in one place, I feel like a rookie all over again, learning my way around the building, learning new names, learning new faces, not just teammates, but coaches, staff, cafeteria. Everyone in the building is new to me, so trying to learn names and faces, and it's certainly a lot easier now that I can know a face by more than just from the eyes up, now that we're able to take our masks off in the building. So if I thought I knew someone when they were wearing a mask, and now trying to confirm that when they have the mask off. So it's been fun. It's exciting for me to be here in the building, to be around my teammates, be around my coaches, and like you said, not able to do a whole lot on the field, but it's been huge for me mentally to be able to be in the classroom and try to pick up this system as quickly as possible.
What has it been like working with your tight end teammates? It's a pretty big room right now, and Evan's had a lot of success getting to know him and just get to know the guys in the room.
Yeah, it's certainly the biggest room I've been in. I've never been in a room with more than 6 guys, and you look around the room, and each and every guy brings something really special to our group, and something that they can help this football team win games.
How about Derek Dooley and Jason Garrett?
Coach Jules and JG have been awesome so far. Like I said, I haven't been able to do stuff on the field, but just picking their brains and try to absorb as much of the coaching as I can while they're coaching other guys on the field and on the tape. It's been good, and I'm no stranger to learning new offenses, so trying to learn this new offense as quickly as possible and put myself back to that comfort level that I'm accustomed to in a system.
You were in Minnesota the whole time, but you guys had a lot of different offensive coordinators, and if I'm not mistaken, I think some of them kind of go back to the same roots that Jason Garrett's system does. You and Norv Turner there. He obviously
Correct.
Coached Jason back in the day in the early 90s. Do you see those similarities, that you can kind of connect those dots a little bit?
Absolutely. I remember getting the iPad for the first time back in the spring and kind of diving into the first couple installs and some of the basic information. And, for me, it's a lot of carryover from that. It's all stuff that I've learned in the past. For me, the hardest part is just kind of unlearning words that have meant things the last few years that now mean something different or don't mean anything at all. So it's the unlearning that's the hard part. This is all stuff that I've done before, all stuff that I've called before. Now it's just getting back to that spot.
All right, final question. How do you envision yourself and your group as a whole? Let's talk about the tight end group as a whole, being utilized and being effective to help this offense score points?
Well, that's just it. It's our goal and, the objective in the tight end room to help this team score points. The tight end position is one that can contribute in various different ways in the run game, in pass protection, and then certainly out in the field and in the red zone, being the one catching the ball and scoring points. And, like I mentioned before, when you look around our room, you see 8 guys that all can contribute to this team and help our team win football games.
Kyle, good stuff, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Giants tight end Kyle Rudolph. Just a reminder that limited Giants season tickets are on sale now for the 2021 season. In addition to ticket savings, membership benefits include access to exclusive events, experiences, pre-sales, and more. You can lock in your seats starting at just $100. Call 888-NYG-1925 or visit Giants.com/tickets for more information. Now let's turn our attention to Giants tight end Evan Engram. And now we're joined by Giants tight end Evan Engram. How's your offseason been, man? It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, man. It's been a great offseason. Got some time to relax and rest, but didn't take too much time. Got right back to work down in Georgia. It's been a blessed offseason. Just working and hanging out with family and friends.
Well, and is it actually fun to be able to be on the field with your coaches in May and June as opposed to last year?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit back to normal.
We're getting there,
this
man.
season.
We're getting
there. Slowly but surely, getting there. It is good to be back out there. We need to get out there. We need to be on the field together and go through some things and get the rust off before camp comes. So it's been good to be out on the field with the guys.
Now you guys have a new tight end coach too. I know he was in the building last year, obviously, but tell us what that's been like.
Oh man, it's been great working with Dooley. Very detail oriented guy. Expects a lot out of every single guy in the room. And we also have fun. He's a real personal coach and can be cool with the guys and but also get our work done. So it's been a blessing working with him and excited for the season.
And I'm sure Freddie's still sticking his head
Oh
in
yeah,
a little bit, right?
Freddie won't leave us alone. Freddie comes in the room for his comic relief of the day. So Freddie's still around.
What are your major goals? When you went home in January and you started to work after you took your little time off, what were Engram's main goals to take that next step in 2021?
I really didn't really take that much time off. I was just really eager to get back to work. Really everything, the whole picture. Definitely wanted to continue to grow and taking care of my body and finding ways to improve my body physically. Been working on things mentally and also just small things. In the weight room, getting stronger, getting faster. That's a big picture. And also things like ball security, route running, cuts, yak situations. Really everything that I can do to be a dynamic and explosive player I attack.
I think last year, I'm curious to see how you look at it because I know, we do fan calls and everything, and then we've talked about this a lot. You look at your season as in totality, right? And you had a good year, Pro Bowl. You look at your numbers, you're good. You played all 16 games, right? Which I know is a huge goal for you.
For sure.
But I'm sure, and this is probably the same for you. Tell me if I'm wrong. You look back at some moments and you're like, all right, I wish I would have executed a little bit better here or there, and they were important moments.
Yeah.
So how do you look to, improve things where there's just a couple moments here or there where you want to execute a little bit better, but overall the body of work was good?
Yeah. It always goes back to the small things. It always goes back to fundamentals. When there's bad plays, you can go look at the tape, look at the film. There's going to be somewhere in there where you didn't do something small. You didn't do something to the full extent to execute the play. And there were some plays last year that I didn't do the small things. And so that was kind of a big assessment of myself in the film and of the season. Really every day honing in on those small technique stuff. Whether it's route running, whether it's securing the ball, securing the catch, whether it's even in blocking, the smallest step can mean a difference. So when you look at those mistakes or bad plays, you break down the small things and you got to attack on those and work on those things.
And I just want to follow up on one question on that because you mentioned on things you wanted to work in the offseason was mental stuff. Mm-hmm. Is that in that equation too? Mentally, as athletes, we kind of always get a rap of always have to be tough and be strong and not have anything mentally or you're in the NFL, like what do you have to complain about, like stuff like that. But it's definitely important, mental awareness. There's times where just the smallest 2-minute or 3-minute meditation for an entire day. I'm just focusing on breathing, staying in the moment. Kind of helps with staying positive and having fun each and every day and kind of staying out of bad places. So mentally, that was kind of my biggest thing was just staying in the moment, kind of working on my meditation. I've been kind of reading some books and trying to grow in that area as well. I know you haven't had a ton of on-field work with some of the guys yet, but your reaction, Kenny Golladay, Kyle Rudolph, Kadarius Toney, throwing Saquon coming back. Pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, those names are pretty cool. Their presence is felt. Obviously seeing Saquon doing his thing, working, and seeing him get better each and every day is a blessing, really, just to see where he's come from the day last year. But even Kenny being out there, his presence is felt. You can see how he attacks the ball. You can see his great playmaking ability. And on all other guys, everybody's putting in work. It's just great to be on the field for the first time in a while with all the guys and all the new guys and getting to work with them.
Kenny's physical profile as a wide receiver. You probably haven't been many around wide receivers that look like that, right?
Yeah, I try. I'm used to being the biggest guy and the biggest receiver, biggest skill guy in the huddle. And Kenny's a little battle. I gotta poke my shoulders out a little bit more when he's in there. It's good to have him on the field with us.
I know Kyle's still coming back from his injury, but Have you talked to him a
Yeah,
lot?
man,
What has it been like working with him?
Yeah, he's. I'm going to learn so much from him. He's another detail-oriented guy, real savvy, knows the game, knows how to talk about the game. That guys can understand, guys can learn, and they can apply it. So, haven't been able to get on the field with him yet, but I mean, in the meeting room, it's been a huge help for me, and even the other guys in the room. So I can't wait to continue to grow our relationship and be his teammate and go to war with him.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think he's kind of taken a similar path as you. Comes in, he was more known as a receiver, right? But then I talked to him when he got here. He's very proud of how he's improved as a blocker.
Yeah.
Is that some of the things you've talked about? And where do you think you are on your journey as a blocker in the
Yeah,
run
no,
game?
I mean, I've definitely I felt I've improved a lot in the blocking game over the past couple of years. Still a lot more work to be done. Never satisfied, but yeah, there's that same mentality of we want to be receivers, we want to make the plays, we want to get downfield, but I mean we're not going to get those opportunities if we don't take care of our business in the run game. So
Sure.
He understands that, and I've always understood that. So just being able to be around that mentality is going to help myself and the rest of the guys out a lot.
Final question. Second year in this offense now. Now that you were kind of in it for a second off season, do you see the possibilities of what can be next for this group with the new talent and understanding what you're being asked to do a little bit better?
Yeah, the second year is always going to be definitely the transition and the work is going to be more smoother just because you kind of know the system and know the terminology and know.
So now it's more fine tuning than learning.
Yeah,
right?
now it's more fine tuning. But I mean, at the end of the day, the sky's the limit, but the work has to be put in. So that's what we're focused on right now. We're trying to tune those details and iron out the mistakes and build on the good things as well. So that's kind of our main focus right now is just building, working, and when the time comes to put the product on the field, we're gonna go out there and do our thing.
I know fans want to see you go down the seam a little bit.
Man, I can't wait to get the fans back in here. I was so excited when they went to 100%. That week one is going to be insane. I can't wait.
Yeah, neither can we. Thank you, Evan.
Appreciate it.
That's Giants tight end Evan Engram. Don't miss out on your chance to experience a premier hospitality experience watching Giant games and world-class concerts in 2021 as a Giants suite partner. Limited full-season locations are available or place a deposit for individual games. Call 888-NYG-1925 or visit giants.com/suites for more information. We thank Kyle and Evan for joining us on today's edition of the Giants Huddle Podcast, and thank you for listening. You can find it at giants.com/podcast, the Giants mobile app, and your favorite podcast platforms. For the guys, I'm John Schmeek. We'll see you next time on the Giants Huddle Podcast.